Hello there, everyone, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, and those who may just be seeing the randomizer for the first time. I am Swanee Wrath 11, and we are bringing you the Final Fantasy 1 randomizer weekly race tonight. And the flags that we have in store are going to be a doozy, that's for sure. This is the Week 3 Platypus flags. Now, the Platypus League is a completely different league going on right now for the, quote, graduated, unquote, ducklings that are past the duckling level and are now platypuses. Tracking tonight, we have Inferno Bryn doing some very good work. And it seems like all of the runners are ready to go. So here in just one moment, I will release them. And we will get the show on the road. So I have just released the gates for them, and we should have this race underway any moment now. So you might be wondering what all there is in the third week of the Platypus flags. And it's got some interesting stuff. Like the week 2 flags that were run last week, the war mech will be required, but unlike last week, only towns were shuffled. But this week, all entrances are shuffled. So as you notice with Shadow Wisher, Canaria Castle actually leads to Matoya's Cave. Black Magic, we see Warp and Bane at level 1, and an Opal Bracelet was found in Matoya's Cave. Temper also level 1 Black Magic, and I didn't quite catch level 1 White Magic. So towns and entrances are all shuffled within each other. So the only guaranteed entrance is Canaria, leading to the town itself. Houses at 639, that's fairly inexpensive houses overall. But softs are extremely expensive at, I think it was 600, upper 600s, maybe lower 700s. It looks like One Fine Day has gone with a party of red mages and the fighter for now, which is definitely a strong party. And they do have the ship. And that is one of the many things that was given. The bridge was free as well as the canal. Shadow Wisher getting a bit of EXP, getting some levels on the warriors. Provoca leading to Elfland. And the Temple of Fiends leading to one of the Cardia treasuries. A very, very nice find. As well as yielding a gold bracelet. Very, very good armor. Has the same absorb rating as that of steel armor. And the chime has been located in the Chaos Shrine location. A very, very nice find. And I am joined by Cyclone. How are you doing this evening, Cyclone?
I'm doing okay, but I just definitely in last second, so I'm not quite ready yet. Carry on for a minute, and I'll join you in a minute.
I got you, good sir. So White Magic had Heal 3, Invis, Heal 2, and Cure 2. Heal 3 being the biggest spell to take note of. Since that's in slot 1, all 3 of the red mages can learn that, and that is a massive, massive benefit to have. Oh, stops being 615. My apologies. I completely missed that. Madrion, there are quite a few people running this. This is a decently sized race overall. Looks like Ale is heading towards Matoya's cave. And Edgeworth also heading towards Matoya's cave. And Matoya's cave ends up being Mirage Tower. Ooh. Mancats with Stun Touch. Not a good thing to find. Now, with the key items, there are 2 loose items and 4 incentivized locations. Ice Cave, Ordeals, Marsh Cave, and Canaria locked. But since this is full-on entrance shuffle, Canaria could very well be hidden in the Cardia Isles. It could be at Mirage Tower itself, which requires the chime.
Okay, and I am now set up and set to go here. Just to comment on something you said, there are 11 people in this race, according to my check at SRL. So there are 11 people running this. For those late like myself, can you fill us in on the flags that we are doing today?
Absolutely. So these are the Platypus Week 3 flags. And this is full-on entrance shuffle. The flags that were run last week were the Platypus Week 2 flags, and that only had Town Shuffle on. So it's a slight difference from those flags. It also has 2 more locations that are incentivized, a required War Mech, as well as a few extra incentivized items, being the Mosmune, Opal Bracelet, and Ribbon, outside of just the normal key items that are incentivized.
The required War Mech is something that can really throw these runners for a loop as well. I remember seeing that in some races in the past, and we've had War Mech literally be the gatekeeper of some races. Sometimes it has some powerful spells or some high resist to magic, things like that, that can make it literally more of a boss than Time Ad is sometimes.
Very much so, and considering that it pulls from the boss scaling as well as all of the Fiend refight spells, it can have some very, very nasty spells and abilities.
Indeed. So catching up where we are right now, I do see One Fine Day checking the magic in Elfland. Not a lot of useful magic in there, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate. Oh, and checking Interper's grave.
How nice to check on the dead.
Level 3 Fade in slot 4. Unfortunately, not going to be Red Mage or Knight learnable, but Nuke level 3 learnable by the Red Mages.
That is a pleasant find. Level 3 Nuke, that means they're going to get quite a few castings of that as well, so that will be something they will be able to make use of.
Very much so. We'll definitely see that later on. Just putting in so much work. Ooh, Shadow Wisher encountering vampires, just immediately turning around and running away from them.
I wouldn't want to encounter vampires either, to be honest with you.
I like my life too much to encounter vampires.
Or as we like to call them, speed bumps.
Yeah, very much so. Another thing that's different for this week than last week is no enemies or bosses are going to be clamped. So all the scaling does have a potential to be under 100% of its original value. But enemies can have up to 150% of their normal HP, and bosses can go as high as 200%. So War Mech could be very nasty.
Yeah, when you have a possible 2,000 hit point War Mech with things like Nuke, Cure 4, and other nasty stuff like that, you could be there for a while.
Absolutely. And this does have extended open progression, meaning that there are docks as well as other methods to access places that normally would not be accessible with just the ship itself.
And
like
we see that Edgeworth is doing some shopping, some wonderful cabins and heal potions he can pick up there. What was the housing market like, by the way?
houses were under 700 gold, so fairly inexpensive. Sarda's cave has been located in the dwarf cave location, and Sarda is holding the canoe. So definitely a big find. Lefane being found in Elfland, and hello, dwarf cave at Elfland Castle.
Hooray!
Lolly ho, fine chaps. Oh wait, different Final Fantasy.
Different game. Shadowish, you're leaving the area of the normal dwarf cave. It looks like I didn't see what was there. We're going to get another look at it, but Isle is getting up to that right now, it looks like.
Dwarf cave was Sarda's cave.
Sarda's. And I see we have an early Bane as well. Was that a level 1 or a level 2 spell?
Bane was level 1. Provoca has
Very
not
nice.
been located just yet, but I can't imagine that taking long to find. Unless, you know, it's at Lefane.
It very well could be.
Shadow Wisher finding Dwarf Cave as well.
Looks like Ale is heading over to the Temple of Fiends. We found Lufane.
Indeed. And didn't quite see what Light Warrior was for hire there, with Tavern Mode being enabled.
I missed it too. I just did notice that we have Tavern Mode on. I believe I saw that we had an inn as well. So that means that we have Lefanish hospitality. I can't even say it.
Absolutely. Elmarkin in the Cardia Treasury at Temple of Fiends, getting his chime. And Shadow Wisher finding another one of the Cardia Treasuries at Northwest Castle, making a victory lap around the stairs as well.
It's going to be interesting when they have the airship, what they are going to find at the actual Cardia Islands themselves, what kind of areas will be there. That will be very interesting to see.
I'm going to be mean and say Earth Cave is probably going to be there.
Oh, yeah. I want Earth Cave there. We found the Titan over at Marsh Cave.
Now, that is actually quite interesting, since the connection for Titan's Trove could lead to a very nice spot.
It very well could, but we have to find the ruby before that will come into focus here.
That is very true.
So it looks like Shadowish just made the same discovery that Edgeworth did. Edgeworth is heading north of Astos' normal castle right now. Hey, credit break.
Looks like Edgeworth is heading towards the Dwarf Cave to go visit Sarda. So that way he can have the canoe, which I imagine from there, Edge is actually going to head towards Crescent Lake.
Very possibly. I think he will at that point. It's very interesting that we just saw the Titan and now we're finding Sarda on the other side.
Yeah, it is quite ironic. Though, with Free Canal, it is very possible that Edge instead will decide to go visit Melmond and check the actual Titan Trove area. That is 3 entrances, one being a town.
I see Zara and the others didn't take their meds again today. They've all been wandering around there.
Oh boy. I mean, with Crescent being at Melmond, that's a very, very nice find. Yeah, houses at 639, you can't go wrong buying a few houses, especially if you need to grind, since level 1 Warp and level 3 Nuke are both a thing.
Looks like I'm not sure if Isle is doing this as a... No, I think he's actually having a hard time with this fight. He's down to 13 HP on Zac. The 2 red mages are down. This could be a wipe if he can't get away. He's slowly going down here. Down to 10, no damage. Oh, there's 1 more damage, has a heal potion. He's going to try to stick around there and get away. So I'm keeping my eyes on AL right now to see what happens. He got 1 of the green wolves down. Got the gray imp down. I think he's going to be fine now. They don't seem to be very dangerous today.
Unfortunately, Fast is level 6 in slot 4, so it's not going to be Red Wizard learnable.
That is unfortunate.
That does mean that if any of our runners want to have Fast, they're going to have to switch one of the party members over to a Black Mage.
Yeah, they're going to have to hire a Black Mage in order to learn that Fast spell today. Because that slot just makes it so certain spells are not usable by a Red Mage, and especially the high-level spells, you need a Red or White or a Black Mage to learn any of the level 7 and 8 spells.
Oh, that was the key from
It was.
the Confused Old Men. So that does open up one of the incentivized locations, with actually all of the others being open as it is. The entrances just have to be found.
Actually, we have two. We know where the Dwarf Cave is, and I believe the castle is normally where the castle is in Corneria, right?
No, Canaria
No.
Castle actually ended up being Matoya's Cave.
So we have two then.
But Shadow Wisher has found Bahamut's Cave if a promotion is required.
That is useful information, and we see that is at the normal Titan's entrance that we're going to go to if we want to use our tail to.
All right, what's Earth Cave going to hold? Temple of Fiends.
Oh my. Well, I have a feeling Gerald's going to be going down soon, and we might get to find out where the castle is. Well, actually, you said it was at Matoya already, so you know that already.
Well, Canaria Castle location is Matoya's Cave. We haven't found the actual Canaria Castle yet.
Well, I think we're going to find out soon, because Garland will probably go down in one swing at this point. Using Temper on the fighter, there's a Bane attempt. Well, Poison Smoke, that takes it down in one shot. Ale is getting the key. Let's find out what we get at Corneria Castle and where it is. No, we're not. I guess it doesn't warp you over there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with Entrance Shuffle, it will not warp you directly to Canaria Castle. You still have to find Canaria Castle, because it could put you in a location that you just can't get out of.
Yeah, you can soft lock there, absolutely.
One of the many methods of soft lock protection this game has to offer. And Edge entering Temple of Fiends as well. Shadow running back to Melmond, which is Crescent Lake, to rest and save.
Edgeworth, meanwhile, going to warp out of the Temple of Fiends, and apparently not going to fight Garland right now. And oh my, for Isle, it's all Ogre.
Oh, man. One Fine Day has found Provoca, which I can only imagine is at the Crescent Lake location, and Bicky held the crystal. Hello, gold bracelets and pro rings. Gold bracelets for $77.19 and pro rings for $4,800.
Might not be able to get those pro rings yet, but that will be a nice pickup if he wants to come back from later. We found Mute in the White Magic. That's not useful. What do we have in Black Magic? We have Sleep. Fire 3 will get a pickup for sure. That is Red Mage learnable. We have Quake if desired as well. All very cheap.
There was one thing that was also in the level 2 White Magic, and that is Life.
I did not see that. Life is also a great spell when you get to the end of the game for sure.
Looks like Edge is nuking down some Sahagins. And Shadow Wisher is...
We're going to get a full clear of Temple of Fiends from Ale. Sorry to cut you off there. We're going to get a full clear of the Temple of Fiends from Ale, who does have the key. So we're going to see where the key, what's in the key lock chest here.
Ooh, as well as a look at the trap tiles, which that is a beautiful trap tile to grind on.
Nice.
Gersharks and Big Eyes. Lots and lots of EXP available there.
He did a reset, though.
He's not able to kill them quite yet. Once he has his nuke charges, though, oh, those are going down. Shadow Wisher making it to Provoca at Crescent Lake. And the hireable light warrior is a white mage, so that would definitely be useful for grabbing Fade, but with Nuke being red mage learnable, it's not entirely necessary.
I don't think we're going to be worrying about Fade today. I honestly think all the runners with red mages will be happy where they are with Nuke. I really think that Fade will stay on the back today. And now Shadow Wisher doing his own fight with Yarr! Ooh, that was a nice critical hit of 11 from a pirate.
Pirates critting like madness.
And the rest they all just got poison smoked.
Absolutely. As requested by Septimus, I am Sonny Wrath 11. My co-commentator is Cyclone.
Hello.
And Shadow Wisher has enough gold to buy some gold bracelets.
I didn't see what caused it. Edge, I thought he got stopped for a moment there on the fighter. I thought I saw him turn to stone for a moment.
I do believe that happened, but I did not quite catch what caused it. It looks like One Fine Day is heading towards the ice cave. Zap Hammer and Lit 3 Helm.
Oh my.
Hello. I do believe we are about to see a grind from Aelmarkin.
The Lit 3 Helm will be useful to replace the magic spells that would otherwise normally be used. Other than that, I don't think it's considered one of the top tier spells. I think Fire 3 is considered higher tier. Am I not mistaken?
Lit 3 has a slightly higher damage range than Fire 3. Fire 3 is used more often, but Ice 3 is one of my go-tos personally.
Yeah, I was thinking Fire 3 and Ice 3 are the two that I know to be the better ones. But Light 3 has its uses as well.
Bane on some Hydras.
One smoked, the other one not. And second try, nope, that one just doesn't want to go. Oh, an unrunnable Hydras, by the way.
Oh, that's fun. Looks
There
like
it goes.
Edge is heading towards Castle Ordeals.
Oh, we are seeing that grind that you suggested from Aelmarkin, so we are seeing that grind at this point. But Toya has the crown for Astos.
So Crystal yielding the crown. That's interesting. We have gone in reverse.
Ooh, the volcano is another treasure trove.
Oh, that's nice.
Ice armor.
House in a box. My favorite thing.
The absolute best houses. All you have to do is put it on the ground. It makes itself, and you can sleep for a night.
House in a box is by far my favorite thing to find. Castle Ordeals leads to Marsh. This is one of the incentivized locations, so Edge definitely has a nice find.
At this point, I don't think you'll have a problem digging this either. Sometimes the enemies here can be nasty. I've seen Arbones in particular be nasty. But at this level, I don't think he's going to have too much of a problem.
Nah, he shouldn't have any problem at all. Oh, are we going to get some beautiful poison sound effect? From Shadow Wisher? Or does Shadow Wisher actually have some cures? So Ale just finding Provoca, I believe.
He could have held off on the pure potions if he wanted to, only because he is in the river right now. That doesn't affect your damage flowing in the river, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's when you get out of the river that it would start to affect it.
You are correct on that. Oh, Edge finds sandworms, another very tile to grind on.
That is another great tile to grind.
And one thing to note about these trap
Oh!
tiles.
I'm going to interrupt you. We have Astos Castle at, or whatever the thing's Northwest Castle, at the Ice Cave location.
Now that's nice to find.
So there's where our crown has to be turned in.
Absolutely.
And there's our adamant from Astos, speaking of that.
And Ale getting the crystal from Bicky again. Or as we have seen from the other runners. Astos going down for one fine day. Ah, there we go. Had an issue with the stream for a moment.
I noticed that too. That does happen from time to time. We'll play with it. So we do have Edgeworth now leaving or traveling in the sea again. Looks like One Fine Day is leaving the castle area, going back in the water. We have Ale heading towards that area now. We'll see if he goes to the volcano or the ice cave first. Right now, he didn't like the encounter, and I think is burning off some encounter tiles before taking a long row here. Seems to be exactly what he's doing. Now he's going to say where he is. We found the Peds.
Good old EXPs. Looks like Shadow Wisher is using the Silly Names flag, one of the fun little flags that the randomizer has to offer. Changing the Peds into EXPs. And if we see them, Badmen into OK Men.
Oh, they're usually okay. Also has the purple mages.
These Peds have heal 3.
Oh, and they're casting it in en masse.
Heal 3 Peds. That's not nice.
And oh, that was a rub. Oh my.
That's nasty.
That is just disgusting.
Mages, Georges, yes.
He's resetting out of that. I don't blame him.
I cannot blame him one bit. That was a disgusting encounter. Also, the wolves are
English, please.
Roo.
Oh. And Edgeworth availing himself of the finest of level 2 magic.
Level 2 magic was quite nice, as was the level 3. Ale finding Northwest Castle, but doesn't have the crown in tow. I agree with that English translation, Thalfin.
I'm seeing the items now. Silver Gauntlet, gold, and more gold. He resets out of there and get ahead to a different location. The volcano, I believe. Oh, no, back to the town. Never mind. Hello, Giant. Goodbye, Giant. And Al has not seen the horrible Pede encounter yet, I don't believe. He still will not see it.
It looks like One Fine Day is heading towards... I want to say the Titan's Trove, but I might be thrown for a loop. And Shadow has found Marsh Cave. Edge in Provoca at Crescent Lake ended up buying either Pearl Rings or more gold bracelets, if not both. And I do believe that Edge is headed towards the volcano.
We're going to see where One Fine Day and Ale end up. They're both sailing in the high seas right now. It looks like One Fine Day heading to Elfin Castle, which is the Dwarf Cave, going to check out what the Adamant gives you, and that is a ruby today. So there's our Titan access. We might find out where that is now.
That actually might be needed for progressing.
Indeed. It's looking like it might be.
Now, I know we've had one runner check Waterfall, and I believe that was Edge, but I didn't catch what was in Waterfall.
I didn't see it either.
I also missed what was in the Onrak location. And one fine day, heading towards Castle Ordeals.
So let's see what the Castle Ordeals is going to turn into today. It is oh, that's where Marsh Cave is.
Yes. That is where the marsh split is. Beautiful, beautiful marsh cave.
And actually, that reminds me, I don't think either of us saw what was in Marsh Cave, so we'll have to follow one fine day on this trek to find out what's there.
It was the herb.
Oh, it was the herb, which you just saw right now in the incentive chest.
Thank you, Shadow Wisher.
So I guess in these flags, the lower right chest is not incentivized, am I correct?
You would be correct with that. And now I'm actually starting to wonder, is that ruby going to lead to the double Cardia Isle, which normally holds Bahamut, but instead holding Canaria Castle?
Or it could lead to wherever the crystal is.
That is very true, too.
It would actually be funny if it goes to that double hole island and the other hole is where the crystal is found. That would be very, very intriguing.
Shadow Wisher reminding me they do have the chime, so there is a potential that Mirage Tower could be Canaria Castle as well, or something that leads to more progression, such as Ice Cave.
I've got to love an ice cave. Or Canary Castle.
Or Elf Castle.
Or, yep, Elf Castle.
All right.
And Princess Awake, what are we going to get? What are you going to give us, Prince?
There's
the floater!
Big find for Shadow Wisher.
One floating rock found. Time to go get an airship.
Able to go around the Mirage Desert, go around the entire Lefane Gaia Mirage continent. Oh, Wyvern with cremate.
Yeah, you just ate a cremate. Gonna get away from there as fast as possible.
The Wyverns, you're not your later game counterpart, which Mega Nukes. Stop trying. That's rude. All right, so Shadow Wisher heading to turn in that floater to make the airship rise from the Ryukon Desert. Ale turning in that adamant for the ruby.
And looks like the Titan might not get fed today.
Unfortunate.
Too bad. I was looking forward to the meal. And at 31 minutes and 27 seconds, we are in the air.
Shadow Wisher, first runner in the air, going straight to Gaia.
Ooh, that is unwrapped. Now, is the sea shrine still located at the submarine?
Considering that Onrak is the entrance to the dungeon itself, I do believe so.
I think so too.
That could be the case. I know we had to refresh our commentary streams, so...
Yeah, we may have just missed it when we had to refresh, so it may be there's another location there. I don't know if anyone actually checked that location yet, which I don't think is possible because Shadow Wisher was the first to Gaia.
And Shadow Wisher ducking out of heading towards Lefane. And instead going to the Cardia Isles.
Information, I like it. And we're going to find the volcano. Didn't I just say we need these on the islands?
You did.
We got one.
How many are we going to have? That is the question.
That's another card in your treasure trove. That's French vanilla. Oh, hi, Catman.
With Stun Touch.
It's always nice to see.
We saw that earlier.
Ice Cave!
There's Ice Cave for Shadow Wisher. Another locations. That could actually be a huge one right now.
That's one incentive chest locked behind the floater. He is going to check this out. That's a huge find.
I cannot blame him for doing so. This is a very, very big check to find. One fine day obtaining that floater.
Meanwhile, I don't think we've had anyone check the Alphaland treasury yet. We're seeing a lot of gold there and a heal potion. That's about it from the treasury.
Unfortunately, that treasury was a bust.
Completely.
Oh, there's the Wyverns with Cremate again. And Images and Wraiths for Shadow Wisher, or with the fun names on, iMages, the hot new product from Apple.
The iMage. Get yours now. I still remember the first seed I rolled. They had, I think, Dazzle and Toxic. That was nasty, but I don't think we've seen anything on these ones yet.
There's the loot.
Courtesy of a warp.
Absolutely required, because you cannot progress in Temple of Fiends Revisited without having the loot. You cannot destroy the tile that allows you to actually access the Fiend refights.
That is correct. To clarify what you mean by that, the third floor, if you don't have the loot on the third floor after you get past the Phantom or whatever is there today, you're not able to move that pane to get back to the second floor and continue down into the Fiend refights.
Edgeworth nuking down Astos, making that fight easy.
Oh!
Castle Ordeals found by Shadow Wisher.
That's 2 items locked behind the floater.
Floater is huge this season.
It is. It's a huge find, this one. We'll see how huge in a minute when we get to the upper floor.
Shadow Wisher finding the Medusas.
We're getting the Marsh Cave clean out from AL right now.
Now, keep in mind, with the Pillar Maze, every room is randomized. So,
Yep.
or every pillar itself is randomized. So, there is one that will send you back to the very beginning on these splits.
Now, warp can be useful for avoiding that. That's the good news about that.
Exactly. And
There's
we like
one.
to refer to that as the Womp.
He almost used a warp there, but realized that it only took him back 1 step, so he went back. He's going to try another pillar. That's going to get a warp.
That definitely will get a warp.
And we've been here. I'm surprised he didn't use a warp there, so now he's going to have to work his way back.
Probably wanting to conserve the warp charges themselves.
Now he's going to use that one. And I think he's a little bit lost right now.
I do think so too. But back on track.
So I have to go to the end of the hallway after getting past some man cats.
And
We're
have
in the volcano treasure trove, by the way. I just saw a silver hammer. We're finding some earth on the trap tile.
Earths, you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, where's the fire? We found the upper stairway. And cockatrices and mummies. And we're not going to get to see a single thing they do as we get 5,500 gold.
Cabins, more money.
And all the red mages are in the dark, but they're going to get away. Ice sword. Cloth.
Well, Shadow Wisher just got some OP armor with that cloth armor.
Absolutely. You got to put that on immediately.
I mean, it sells for a whole 0 gold. Ooh, Sleep
Ooh.
2 staff.
I saw that. I don't know if that will get used, but very interesting find.
With item magic being randomized, you can get some very interesting things.
Bottle.
There's the bottle.
There's the bottle you need to get the fairy at Gaia.
But what is the fairy holding on to in that lake? That is the question. Heirs.
Air, you're in the wrong place. Go home. You're drunk.
Heirs with sleep touch. That's
not good.
That's nasty. Makes an attempt to run, but instead isn't able to run. Nukes go off. The heirs go down.
Meanwhile, we have a one fine day continuing the dive into the volcano. This, if successful, this will be the first orb lit this evening.
And more Earths. So that's the Grey Worm tile.
It is. The
Sun Sword. That is a pretty big find, since that's very powerful for the fighter right now.
And immediately equipped. I think he's going to go with the carry fight now.
With the nuke charges available, I think it's a good play.
Nuke is probably enough as it is, barring any resistance, but that Sun Sword will make it obvious he's going to finish this right now.
Brack level 7 black magic, and Cure 4 level 7 as well.
Oh, that's not good.
So white and black mages definitely might be seen.
They might have to.
Ah, but the tail is available for purchase in the shop.
It looks like both Cure 3 and Cure 4 are level 7, or at least white mage only. So yeah, the white mages might start showing up later in this seed. And we're going to find out what the bottle is right now as if Fairy comes out. And Spirits of Mazmuno out of the water. Spirits of Mazmuno out of the water, it just hands it to you.
Oh, Shadow Wisher is in a very good position right now with that Mazmune.
Well, that'll make the volcano dive a lot more palpable for him.
Very much so.
I think in a way I like the play that Shadow Wisher did, not going through the volcano right away. He checked the incentivized chest, found some other items, and is hoping to find items he needs before he has to do any of the dungeons. This means he's hoping that he does not have to go looking through all the chests in all of those dungeons he has to actually complete.
Thank you, Crabcakes. I actually forgot to do my pronoun check before this, so I appreciate the correction there.
I think I did it too, so yes, thank you for the correction.
And yes, the worms were on Agamatile.
So Edgeworth is now finding his floater and probably just threw up in his mouth a little.
Finding that worm tile is very nice because multi-worm can provide some extremely good EXP.
Ooh, a ribbon.
The worms did have a lot of HP, but we have our first fiend pulled by one fine day. Carry is the first fiend.
And how quickly will Carry go down?
3 tempers go out onto the fighter. 3 hits for 295 damage. Carry 8 hits for 66. Carry is, not hitting very hard at all.
Here come the nukes. 120 for the nuke. Carry hitting for another 3 hits, 72 damage. There's 171 for the kill.
And we see a promotion on Shadow Wisher's side. She has decided to go ahead and promote. And there's
Corneria
Castle. Huge find for Shadow Wisher here. That's 3 key items that are going to be, or 3 locations that are going to be checked. A A fear shirt.
Your shirt. Oh my.
That's a scary shirt.
Yeah, I would say I would be scared to wear it.
That's a ribbon. So that is the incentivized ribbon that was just found.
We just saw another one over in the when we got our first. I don't know if it was our first or someone else got it already, but we saw a ribbon in the Sea Shrine as well. I saw Al Markin pick that up.
Speaking of Sea Shrine, that is where El Markin is running through right now.
Exactly.
So definitely some good EXP to be had there, but
And
might be a bit of a pain.
There's our slab, and we also have the TNT. So this floater absolutely required today.
Slab TNT from the Royals. Definitely looking good so far.
And what do we have at Stardust Cave? We have
Earth Cave.
So it just moved a little bit to the west today. It requires an airship. Not a big deal.
Edge getting that incentivized ribbon. And I do believe Shadow Wisher she's going to go ahead and get that slab translated so that way she does not get Loopa-Loopa'd. No, Ale was the first one to find the saber sword.
I've just been thinking what the Fear shirt would have on the front of it. I'm going to imagine it's probably the green Medusas with Death Touch.
Oh, hello, level 2 life, or level 5 life 2 and wall. Level 2 life 5. Yeah! That's
nice.
Exactly where my brain is. The Fear shirt just has a picture of Dan.
I still like the green Medusas with Death Touch better. I remember that seed from the tournament. Oh my.
Edgeworth checking the pardon me, the Dwarf Cave locked area.
So we found more pirates, by the way. They're in Zozo Melmond.
Dwarf did have the Oxyale.
A slab! Yes, a slab! So while the good doctor praises the fact that we brought him a stone tablet, Shadow Wisher now can talk to Lufanese.
And Ale going through the mermaid floor, checking all these chests.
Ooh, Gators with crack, and it slays 2 red mages. Gators with crack. This is a good seed.
It's no biggie. They have life available.
Yep.
Deciding to not use life, though. I wonder if Shadow Wisher's just going to revive people in the Lefane area.
He may be choosing to replace one of the red mages, too. Did he, as he scratches the hull of the airship on the house?
I thought she had casts of life 1, CC. Because I'm pretty sure she had life 1.
Well, it looks like Shadow Wisher did use the money to bring the... Wait a minute, was that the hire? Did he just hire he hired a black mage? She hired a black mage. Black wizard.
Yeah, it does look like she did. For fast in and of itself. Yeah, I saw Life 2 had no charges, CC. Fast was locked out for the Red Wizard. Fast is in slot 4.
We're going to get another look at the images, or the eye mages, as Shadow Wisher has them. Unfortunately, they didn't do anything useful.
And she's going back to level 1 because when you do hire a warrior from the taverns, it does wipe their spell list. But we have Carrie pulled on Edgeworth's screen, throwing out nukes and an attack. Nukes going out. No one-turn kill on Carrie.
That was the same for One Fine Day. It needed a second turn, so it should go down now. There it is.
And Carrie goes down for Edgeworth. Edge has his first orb lit.
And at 47 minutes and 35 seconds, that's 2 runners with 1 orb lit. And he's going to eventually come across Ice Cave right here.
Absolutely.
And
also,
he's
dang,
going to head out and save. Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Dang, don't make me do the quote.
Feel free.
Don't make me do the good burger line. Shadow's going to turn in her crystal now to get that crown.
And then now just to remember where the Northwest Castle was today. I believe it was the Ice Cave area, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. So at this point, I do believe that all Shadow Wisher is missing was Cube.
That opens up the top of the Sky Palace.
And I do believe Rod is the only thing missing at this point for Shadow Wisher to be in go mode.
There's the Oxyel for Shadow Wisher, so that will open up the whatever location is in the submarine. There's a katana in the Dwarf Treasury.
Good old katanas. They do work.
They do slice and dice.
And with the thief fixes being on, definitely helps a lot. Oh, I do believe those lobsters have stun touch.
I missed it. That would not be. Oh yeah, they are. They looks like the fighter is stunned. Thankfully, the nuke does go off, but the lobster is getting free attacks at the fighter who can't kill it. The other nuke does take it out though, and we're gonna get our Astos check from Shadow Wisher, who now gets her adamant.
And you were absolutely correct on the location.
And 1 hit will take this. Nope, 2 hits will take this down. There it is.
Cursed nuke.
Meanwhile, we're going to have heading towards the back of the Sea Shrine right now. This is the first boss that she's going to be taking on. Or he's going to be taking on, rather.
And Shadow Wisher going to turn in her adamant to yield that ruby. The only thing she is missing at this point is the rod. After she finds that rod, she will be in go mode. Edgeworth going through castle ordeals right now.
And I think he picked up warp, so I think he may use that a couple times here. Let's find out. That's a wasted warp, because that one goes only 1 tile away, so that's a waste of 1 charge. This one is a useful one to use. And release the Kraken! And we have a poisoned fighter right off the bat from Kraken. That makes sense. Octopus should be poisonous, I would say. So, turn 1 did not do much. We'll see what turn 2 does. Temper on the Knight, trying to get some swings. There's a 90 damage, 2 hits. That is not strong at all. So, this is going to be a bit of a slog to get through this Kraken today. There's a nuke from Art. 122 damage. Zach is hitting for another 164, so the hit's getting a little stronger. More nuke for 3. That's a good nuke. 338. Fighter goes down. It's up to the red mages to finish this fight off. Zell is poisoned. So that means... Oh, Kraken is down. So the red mages finish the fight.
And while that was going on, Shadow Wisher did end up taking the Oxyale to find none other than Waterfall Cave. If this is the rod, Shadow Wisher is in go mode.
At 51 minutes and 55 seconds, Shadow Wisher just has to find all the fiends and finish the game. We know where Temple of Fiends itself is, so we know where to go for the refight. Now, what levels is Shadow Wisher at? We may still need to see a bit of a grind. We found the Vorpal.
That's a Vorpal.
That was the Vorpal.
That is a huge find, since Vorpal does a ton of damage later on in the game due to its critical hit chance.
But I still hadn't seen what the levels were for Shadow Wisher, so we'll have to see if there's a bit of a grind required in order to get to a good level to go down Temple of Fiends, revisit it at later. But I don't think that's a concern right now because there's still a couple of earlier caves that Shadow Wisher will need to do. None of the orbs are lit. Doing exactly what I thought she might. Going to find all the items before worrying about going through the caves. That way she has higher levels when she goes through each of the caves.
Absolutely. And Crabcake's pointing out she's at 15 and 13 overall. But
yeah, that'll need to go up.
Having to go through all of the dungeons as well as taking the required war mech will definitely change her levels overall.
Indeed.
So Ale running through Mirage Tower right now. One fine day, checking the Dwarf Armory. Edge.
I didn't see where Mirage Tower was. Where is that?
You would ask me and I wouldn't remember. I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Question in chat: required war mech? Yes, the required war mech does block Tiamat. There are 3 war mech settings. One is the normal Bridge of Destiny. Find it randomly and be disappointed or happy if you want the experience. Second one is that it's sitting there at the end of the bridge. You won't find it on the Bridge of Destiny itself. Only at the end where you have to fight it. You have to get through it to get to Tiamat. And the third one is just patrolling the 4th floor, and you can find it and fight it at will if you wish to.
Edge finding the waterfall in Onrak. Soon to be getting his Earth Rod. Ale about to get that beautiful floater.
And we're about to queue up our 3rd carry fight of the day. Not until we get a couple fires out.
This volcano, it's on fire. Oh, Perilisks have zap!
Ouch!
That's painful.
Good thing we have a nuke.
No
the nuker
fast
survived.
Charges. 4 hits for 223. Carrie has Blizzard!
We didn't see that on the other fights. Oh, wow.
Shoutouts to my favorite spell coming out from those Pyrolisks, Zap.
And it looks like the Blizzard was not enough to deter Shadow Wisher, who does have her first orb lit. Now, I remember that Earth K was over at the location where Sarda normally resides. Sea Shrine was, I think, at Waterfall, if I remember correctly, and I still don't know where Mirage Tower was, but I think it was close to where Mirage Tower normally is.
Mirage Tower was very early on. I really want to say it was Matoya's Cave.
It might be.
Also,
it could be.
Also, Crab Cakes. Don't you mean Talk Crap Get Spell Zapped? I was going for a groan there. And it looks like One Fine Day is about to take on that Kraken.
He's gonna have one fine day with these lobsters first, and they're that's one red mage down, 2 red mages down actually. Time to bring them back to life and heal them. We're getting a look at the Gaia Magic on Edgeworth's screen right now. He's going to the inn.
No, the cube was not loose, I believe.
It was not loose. No, it came out. I'm trying to remember which character gave it. It was one of the last items that we saw. I think One Fine Day was, and Shadow Wisher both have it.
Cube was on the Lefanish NPC.
That's it. That's where it was. So One Fine Day having a mini seafood platter here. And 2 stun characters gets away on the Kraken floor, trying to get back there before he takes too much damage.
Yeah, it just took me a second to have it come back to my... And anytime in front of
One Fine Day starting the Kraken fight. First runner who will have 2 orbs lit after this fight. Release the Kraken again. And tempering the Knight. I don't know how well this will work. We noticed that Kraken was resisting weapons quite a bit, but this was a 300 and something hit. Looks like Dan is better equipped for this fight. One red mage goes down. Goodbye, Dan. Exclamation mark.
Goodbye, Dan!
Yes, goodbye, Dan! And,
Dan just gets the job done.
gotta love the names of the party. It's Dan, 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 Dan!
So it looks like Edgeworth is going to go ahead and head back to the waterfall, which is actually the Sea Shrine.
Making a stop at the on-rack location first, it looks like.
We got some Georges on Shadow Wisher's screen.
Oh, the unrunnable hydras are not even in the water. They're on land.
Land snakes.
They were runnable that time. And now that he is in the on-rack location, he's going to translate this slab with the good doctor. And it looks like One Fine Day is also translating the slab.
And Ale heading into the volcano area.
That will be fiend number 2 for Ale at the end of this area. He's going to check out the treasure trove right now. After getting by some Perilous, and I believe he said they have Dazzle and Zap. And that is one dead fighter.
Hey, it's the speed bump.
What was I didn't see anything.
It was a thing. Just a speck.
Just a speck? Okay.
Yep.
I see a blood stain. I assume something was there.
I mean, hopefully it's a blood stain of dried blood.
Yeah, I would imagine it is.
Looks like Ale's taking on some EXPs.
He does not know how bad this is yet. Heal 3. He's going to try and nuke him. They're probably going to heal. Well, one's going to heal again. Nope, the other nuke gets out.
Yeah, that one actually ended up taking its turn earlier on.
And welcome to the Earth Trap Tile in Fire Cave in Volcano. If you are confused, welcome to the party. Oh, the Weir Sword was there. That was an opal gauntlet, I believe, in that chest.
Opal armor.
Opal armor, yeah.
And Shadow Wisher going up to Lich 1. Levels of disrespect, question mark?
It looks like the Perilous are not able to get through the red mages. I'm assuming the red mages both have the ribbons, which is why the poor fighter keeps going down.
Disrespect levels are fairly nice from Shadow Wisher as she lights her second orb. Edge heading up Mirage Tower. I do believe we will have our first look at Warmech here very shortly.
Oh, and I assume Shadow Wisher fought a boss. It was so quick I didn't see it.
And it looks like Shadow Wisher is heading towards the good old waterfall.
Yep. Gonna get the Sea Shrine out of the way, and here we are on the first floor of Sky Palace. Now on the second floor of Sky Palace. Probably will look at the chests on the third floor. A lot of runners do. Otherwise, no real reason to check a lot in here if you've got everything already.
One Fine Day might be skipping the chests overall.
Is skipping, yeah. Going right to the stairs. There's the Grey Pede on Shadow Wisher, and that's a hefty hit. But it will go down.
Gerpedes are,
we have 2 runners on the 4th floor of Sky Castle.
The good old Sky Maze.
Oh, 2 wizard vampires. They have stone.
Oof.
I didn't see if that was a spell or if that was by touch, but that is not good.
I do believe it was Stone Touch.
And Edgeworth on the Bridge of Destiny. We won't find any Wormex here because it's right there at the end. And
Edgeworth getting the hero run on the Bridge of Destiny, and we are about to have our first look at this terrifying Wormec.
I didn't see what it said, but Wormec says, "Prepare to be booted."
Preparing Bane Laser.
Very nice.
Fast going out onto the fighter. Blizzard is the thing out for Wormec. Shadow Wisher entering Sea Shrine. Nukes going out.
That was a weak Wormec. Oh my.
Mech goes down with ease.
So not so much a gatekeeper. That means Tiamat has to be nasty.
We shall soon find out. She is susceptible to Bane, but it's not going to hit quite as often as Brackwood. The power of Triple Nuke definitely showing what it can do, as well as fast going out.
This is why you didn't get Nuke at an early stage in the vanilla game.
7 hits, 399 with a crit. Nuke's going out.
Yeah, Tiamat is stronger than Wormec, that's for sure.
Yeah, she is just a little tanky, but physical damage, she's not doing much.
There we go.
397. Tiamat goes down for Edgeworth.
One fine day finding unrunnable red Hydras.
Absolutely. Edge has that second orb lit. Ale lighting the fire orb after defeating Carrie without much of a problem. Diving back into Volcano. Shadow Wisher about to be on Kraken's floor.
One fine day preparing for the Wormec fight, rather. And here we are. I will reboot your system.
4 hits, 325, 3 tempers going out. Shadow Wisher looking at the Stun Touch Lobsters. Going, you're nothing. Triple Nuke coming out from One Fine Day. Was that a swing and a miss?
From Wormec?
No, from the Knight. Also, Wormec did have fast, but Wormec went down without a problem because Triple Nuke.
And yes, Knights can miss once in a while. It's probably a 1 in 256 chance, but it can happen.
And Shadow Wisher has pulled the Kraken as well. So she is looking to light her third orb.
And will do so.
And the lowest chance on stuff is 3 in 256.
Oh, 3 in 256, my mistake. And Shadow Wisher gets outside, immediately greeted by some seafood.
And One Fine Day has the third orb lit.
Ale finds Ice Cave. That's going to lead to Ale's loot.
And now all Shadow Wisher needs to do is go defeat Wormec, go defeat Tiamat, and she will be ready to enter Topher.
And I don't think there'll be any problem dealing with either of those. Tiamat is a little bit tanky, but not hitting hard, as you said. Wormec is just paper today.
Yeah, Wormec most definitely was paper.
There is the loot for Ale, now picking that up.
It looks like Edge is checking a few chests, probably trying to find that loose tail, where Shadow Wisher is about to dive into Mirage Tower itself.
One Fine Day, by the way, seems to have everything except for the rod. Still trying to find that rod, it looks like, so we can go to Earth Cave.
And
finds the waterfall, is gonna get it now.
he will be rewarded for finding waterfall here, but is going the wrong way.
Yeah,
And
a little fun fact about the waterfall is also now a random layout.
Yes, this is the procedurally generated waterfall, or proc-gen water. Using warp to get out. And dive back in there. Chime was loose, Thunder. Chime was the only loose progression item. Tail was the other loose item.
One Fine Day is seemingly going in circles here, is now heading in this direction. I thought the room was on the left, was it not?
Yes, the room was on the left.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is.
So One Fine Day is about to get that
Is now in go
glorious
mode.
Earth Rod and be in go mode. Edgeworth fighting the Kraken. Fourth and final Kraken one pull of the night.
One Fine Day does pull the Vorpal and says, "Excuse me, robot, I need the gold from this chest. Thank you."
Drops the Vorpal.
Predictable. And Chad, I'm sure, will react to the dropping of the Vorpal.
One Fine Day. You are a person that does things that makes me question stuff.
So the Blue Dragon Trap Tile appears to be Catman and a Saber-Tooth Tiger today.
Yay!
And it's runnable.
Catmans.
And it's runnable as well. Which doesn't mean he's going to run. He's just going to nuke them. She's just going to nuke them.
Absolutely. I mean, with having nuke at a level where it's disposable, she's able to use it to her heart's content.
And 3 red mages, why not? On the Sky Palace.
And Edge just entering Earth Cave. And One Fine Day is on Earth Cave Basement 2.
We can have a close race here.
It is really close right now. This is a full Topher.
And we don't know what's inside yet. This Topher could very well decide the race if there's something nasty in there. So
Absolutely.
This could be very close. Now, if there are any finishers off stream ahead of them, we're going to wait until someone finishes on stream before we comment on any of them. But some of them may show up in our chat for those who are viewing live.
Shadow Wisher on Sky 2. Edge just entered Earth 3. One Fine Day in Earth 3. This is extremely close right now.
Shadow Wisher making quick work of the Sky Palace. Still has to get through the 2 boss fights on the 5th floor, but is 1 floor away now. We are going through Earth Cave 3rd floor on Edgeworth right now. So is One Fine Day coming up to our little speed bump. Oh, look, there's someone in the way.
What?
Exactly.
Did you say there was somebody in the way? Because
there was. Look,
I see who you're talking about now on Edge's screen. Oh wait.
Wait, there's no one there.
Or could you have been talking about those wizards that One Fine Day had to run away from?
Yeah, they were more on the way than whatever else was there.
I like that, Chaos. A Dracula cosplayer.
Welcome to my cave.
Edge, you can't use the loot to get rid of the tile over the stairway in Earth Cave.
Why not?
I mean, that'd be nice. Okay. Dingbat is happening right now. And I was going to say Edge and One Fine Day are frame for frame.
Well, now they're on different fights, but they were close. And Edge is taking this fight. One fine day running and getting over to... Oh, look, we have a boss.
Wait, this is a boss?
That's supposedly a boss. I mean, it's using darkness. I mean, clearly bosses use darkness.
Dan can't see. So...
Somehow the spell hit. It worked.
Shadow Wisher coming up to Warmech. One fine day defeats Lich, gets that 4th orb lit. One fine day is the first runner on stream to have all 4 orbs lit.
And Shadow Wisher still has to get through a very papery Warmech and a very bulky Tiamat in order to follow. We have Edgeworth also on all 4 orbs and also has pretty much everything he needs at this point.
An Ale finding Canaria Castle, about to be rewarded heavily. There's the incentivized ribbon.
He's going to go back for that.
Oh, there was a Cure 4 gauntlet available.
Yeah, he's going to keep that Cure 4 gauntlet. I think he wants to use that in a very opportune moment.
All right, Warmech pulled for Shadow Wisher. 2 hits, 256 from the Knight. Tempers and fast going out.
Ooh, Warmech has fast.
Edgeworth grinding on Sarias. 5 hits, 553. Warmech gets dismantled.
It wasn't fast enough.
Edge is in Topher. And one fine day entering Topher. 114.18.
114.18. Let's see when Edgeworth goes in. And we're fighting the zombie dragons.
Edge is already in Topher.
Oh, I didn't see him go in. When did he go in?
I believe mid 113, maybe early 113.
Okay, so about a minute ahead. Oh, no magic.
Yep, good old mute. And sleep. So Edge is about to start the Fiend refights. We're going to have our first look at them here very shortly.
Those zombie dragons are not fun to fight. Mute means the no access to the nukes, and sleep means no access to anything.
Danny confirming the times that I thought that both of them went into Topher. Edge at 113. OFD at 114.
Ooh. Sorry, a trap tile.
All right, Edge pulling Lich 2. Is this going to be a disrespected Lich 2, or is some respect going to need to be paid?
That was actually weaker than the first one. That wasn't even 400 hit points, I don't think.
Lich 2 gets disrespected. Shadow Wisher going into Topher at 115.53.
The race is on.
The race to chaos is on. Or will these runners run into a gatekeeper? Nukes going out onto carry 2. First one, 165. Second one, 101.
Oh, we lost the fighter.
Fighter is dead. Third nuke, 122. So about 380 damage dealt.
Oh,
7
Carrie
hits,
is
516.
spicy.
Carrie is very spicy, and it looks like she has quite a bit of HP, but she goes down for Edgeworth. Good thing he has Life 2 charges available on the red mages. Onto the water floor. Shadow Wisher on Temple of Fiends. 3rd floor.
One fine day, find Frosty's getting away from them. We have mages and fighters in the Temple of Fiends. Fighter is not very strong, and he's taking this fight. She's taking the fight.
All right.
We're almost to Kraken too, so gonna get it through a seafood party platter here, and then time to release the Kraken too.
Correct. Edge is unpromoted. Going through this Topher without having any promotion. Kraken 2 is pulled. Going with full on. Well, not even full on nuke trap. Fast going out onto the fighter.
Oh, these fiends are hitting hard today.
8 hits for 479. That's right, the tail was in Gaia.
Oh,
But
one trigger Kraken
is
too.
paper. The question is Tiamat 2 going to be a gatekeeper yet again?
Only time and one trap tile will tell.
Or will Chaos be the gatekeeper?
Well, of course, it's the final boss.
Kraken definitely was craft paper. Edgeworth pulling Tiamat 2.
One
Two
fine day
nukes
on
queued
carry
up.
2, meanwhile.
Tipper's going out. Dan swinging 5 hits for 602. Fire 3 coming out for Edge. 9 hits for 499 from that fighter. One fine day makes it through carry 2. More nukes going out on Tia 2 for Edgeworth. Fire 3 coming out yet again. 7 hits, 306, 2 crits. Nukes going out, 110 damage, 113 damage.
Tut Tiamat is still standing. More spell. There's a nice attack. That takes out one of the casters. But the fighter finishes with another 400 and some hit, and that is Tiamat 2 down. It is time for the final boss.
Chaos preparations are about to be underway.
And no enemies are on the floor on Chaos's floor. Chaos is the only fight here.
Trading the ribbon up to the fighter, moving the fighter into slot 4. Healing up. Edge is ready to fight. One fine day on Kraken 2. Shadow Wisher on Lich 2. Chaos has been pulled by Edge.
Now we haven't seen a lot of spells, so I'm curious to see what Chaos has here.
Tempers and Fast going out onto the fighter.
Oh, Black Mage
10
is down.
hits. 10 hits. Chaos is not evasive at all. More Tempers going out onto that fighter. 3 Tempers already stacked. 10 hits, 874 damage. Chaos goes down for Edgeworth. Edge finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 1 second. Get your GGs out for Edgeworth.
And that was first place out of 11 runners today. There are 7 other off-stream runners. He beat them all today. So Edgeworth winning today's race. Congratulations, and GG just shy of a sub 120 on that seed.
Shadow Wisher fighting carry 2, where One Fine Day is on Tiamat 2. And off stream, Asher Wells finishes in second place with a time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 7 seconds, coming in not too far behind Edge. But right now, we have a very, very intense Tiamat 2 fight going on right now. The top red mage is down for One Fine Day. Shadow Wisher heading towards Kraken 2, getting a pack of enemies that she can run from.
And we're going to see if Edgeworth wants to join us. I don't know if he's been marked as finished yet, but once he is marked, that should send the invite to him.
And we are joined by Edgeworth. GG's, Edge.
GG, Edge.
Oh, hey, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
We
sir.
can.
Okay, cool. Just had to switch over to push to talk. Thanks.
So what were your thoughts on that seed today?
Oh, man. You know, I thought somebody was going to have me for sure as soon as I got baited by the Ruby, but I guess everybody got hung up on something.
I will not lie, we might have been thinking the Ruby was required, and we may or may not have been hoping that it led to an area where the floater was.
Oh, wow. Looks like the clown car just pulled in. Just everybody piling out at the end of Temple of Fiends here.
Yeah, One Fine Day sitting on Chaos right now, throwing more tempers out onto that night. Thunder coming out from Chaos. 5 hits, 732 damage. Chaos goes down. Shadow Wisher.
That is One Fine Day now coming in with third place time, 122.33. Right behind him, I'm going to... Raph Hates Caleb with a 122.37. 4 seconds behind One Fine Day. Get your GGs in chat for both of them.
Shadow Wisher on Tiamat's floor, getting ready to take her out. Edge, how'd you feel about these Fiendry fights pretty much being paper-like?
They were all paper except for Carrie, who punched like Kraken too. I was not expecting.
Carrie was craft paper.
Yeah, I mean it was I took just a bunch of nukes, but yeah, no, I guess I got the sharp point of the origami in the eye on that one.
Yeah, Kraken was probably the hardest hitting of the Fiends in those refights. I noticed 2 of your characters went down, and we started wondering, well, what do we have on the other Fiends? But the other ones just went down without a fight, pretty much.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not I should promote to make the Fiendry fights safer, but I thought I did too much sailing, and I cut that out entirely to save some time.
Looks like that might have served to your advantage here because you were only a minute ahead of Asher Wells, who was in second place. So not spending that minute or two going to promote led you to win the race.
Yeah, Asher's really good at this flag set, and One Fine Day is just a great runner altogether. So it's a tough field. So I'm looking forward to the what is it, the Platypus Invitational race? When is that going to be anyway?
They're on Mondays.
All right.
Shadow Wisher has made it through Tiamat and is about to look Chaos straight in the eyes. She's throwing out Fast and Tempers onto that Masamune wielding Knight. 5 hits for 112 for the first round. The Tempers and Fasts do go out. Chaos starts off the fight with Rub, though.
It didn't do anything, but it is there. Oh, Swirl from Chaos. That is hitting for a decent chunk.
She did queue up Lock too, but Chaos is not all that of it. 10 hits, 1,284 damage from a Masamune. Shadow Wisher finishes in 5th place with an official SRL time of 125.12. Get your GGs out for her.
And while we do that, One Fine Day has joined us in the broadcast booth. GG and congratulations on 3rd place.
Thanks.
What were your thoughts on that?
Where is Dwarf Cave again? Among other things.
Dwarf Cave was, do you remember where it was?
Oh, I know where it is now. I know it was at Elfland Castle, but I got lost trying to find it after walking around the whole world. I did not save scum well over the overworld because I've been playing flash sets recently where save scumming on the overworld just isn't as big a thing. I got rusty and I'm not used to it.
There are a couple of interesting locations there today, too. For example, we had the Ice Cave replaced by, I think that was where Northwest Castle was. We had interesting things like that just put in very inconvenient places. The fire volcano required the floater just to access it. Ice Cave also the same thing.
Well, you get to chime pretty early in that. You get to chime if you got the canoe and you got the chime. If you just go to Mirage Tower, that would solve everything. But who thinks to do that?
Well, this kind of flag set with the entrances shuffled like that, it almost pays off to do that. If you can tank the trip through the desert to get there, or if you find the right encounter string to get there, it pays off to do that.
So, were you relieved when all the Fiendry fights were paper, minus Carrie and Kraken actually having decent punches?
Oh, I wasn't worried about anything. I had a ribbon, opal armor, I had triple temper, triple nuke. I mean, I think everybody went with Fighter 3 red, or maybe 2 Fighter 2 red.
There was a Fighter 2 red black because of fast being in a black mage specific spot.
Well, yeah, I can see getting fast. I just didn't want to respec all of my mages because I had already got nuke for them. I didn't want to go back and pick that up again. So I just said triple red it is.
Yeah, Shadow Usher did make the reset on one of the mages, kept the other 2 mages where they were. We were starting to wonder if we might see a white mage late in the scene with the Cure 3, Cure 4 both blocked in spots only the white mage can learn, but it looks like that didn't come to fruition.
Well, with the Law XP, and triple temper, I'm not too worried about healing. Just as long as I get my tempers off and my knight has a ribbon or wall. I had wall, but I never cast it.
Yeah, there really wasn't any need to cast wall in this seed. I didn't notice anything that was too terribly bad, minus Pyralisks having zap, actually.
That was dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think to cast wall. I forgot. Oh, my knight can learn life. I should go do that. But I remember before the end, obviously. But during the game, when I picked up wall, I was like, I didn't think about my knight learning life because I've been playing flag sets where, well, I don't want to toot my horn about projects I've been working on, but yeah.
Just gonna catch up a couple finishes here, and we're trying to get Shadow Wisher in here, but it looks like the invite might not have sent. I'm gonna check on that. But a couple other finishers: Gouda 632 with a 128.39, 6th place. St. Von Jester in 7th with a 128.57. Get your GGs out for them.
So we've got Ale running through Temple of Fiends Revisited, just making short work of all this, running with the 3-character party instead of a 4-character party. Which that is something that we never really commented on throughout this entire time, and I actually really just noticed it. I mean, everybody else ran 4-character parties, and I will say, one fine day, I did like the Fighter 3 Red Mage comp. That was a really, really nice comp.
Yeah, I've played with that quite a bit. It's got its uses, especially when you get temper so early and you get nuke so early. I would have liked to have more healing spells, but I did have life, so I had the safety. I would have liked an evasion spell, but you can't have everything. And the spell book gave quite a bit.
That is true.
Okay, we do have Shadow Wisher with us now in the broadcast booth. GG.
My headset not working.
We can hear you, Shadow.
Oh, no, now I can hear you. Okay. It just went very
There we
quiet
go.
suddenly.
So again, GG, and congratulations on the finish today.
Thanks.
What were your thoughts on how that one went today?
It seemed pretty easy considering some of the seeds I've been practicing.
Yeah, there seemed to be some paper fiends, a paper Warmech, a lot of very easy boss fights when you get to those points.
Yeah.
It did seem like this seed was one that'll lull you into a false sense of security.
Very much so.
Yeah, how about that paper Warmech, though?
Well, I at least knew Fast was out of the pool.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Warmech wasn't fast enough to get away.
Nope.
It could not initiate any Bane lasers. And then the Fiendry fights being paper, minus Carrie and Kraken whenever they did attack, definitely was a nice sight to see.
Yeah, and it was nice to...
Oh yeah, we did have heal 3 in tier 1, but I I put warp on all my characters, which I shouldn't have done.
Yeah, I put heal 3 on my fighter. I was debating if I should re-roll my red mages to put heal 3 on them, but I just decided to roll with it and run.
Oh, I didn't get any of the spellcasting items.
Interesting.
Well, I mean-
Speaking of spellcasting items, Ale using the Cure 4 on the on Zella there. That was interesting.
Oh, there was a Cure 4. Where was that?
That was a Cure 4. What was the weapon? Was staff or something like that?
Cure 4 Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. Sorry, Cure 4 Gauntlet. Well, I don't know where it was, and we didn't see where it was picked up, but Ale did find it.
Yeah, I cannot recall where the Cure 4 was.
I found the Sleep 2 stick. That was it.
There was also a
And
fear,
the fear
shirt.
shirt. Yeah, and the fear shirt.
One of our trackers saying that it might have been Ice Cave where we might have found the Cure 4. The fear shirt was in Corneria Castle, the scariest shirt I've ever seen, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was the white shirt.
Well, I mean, I knew there were 2 loose items, so I knew it was in go mode very early on, so I didn't bother checking much. I wanted a good sword, but then I got the Massa anyway, so I really didn't need to. And I know a Massa and a Ribbon are in the sentence pool, so that's your gear.
Bless you.
Just to keep up with Ale is through Team Act 2, about to go to the Carry 4. Has to get through some gatekeepers first.
Now, how about that Mosmune at Gaia from the ferry? Just chilling down at the bottom of the lake.
Well, it's not Excalibur, but it works.
Who needs Excal when you got the best sword in the game?
True.
Outside of the Vorpal.
Yes.
Well, that's why one fine day dropped the Vorpal immediately.
I put
Exactly.
the Vorpal on my red wizard.
Best sword for me to poop on.
Careful, we might incite chat with that one.
When I saw you drop the Vorpal, all I did was sit in confusion.
I was in a rush, but I had to meme a bit.
I was
Meme
just so
been-
confused.
Meme has been completed. Carry on.
So Ale has pulled at Chaos, gotten a few sabers off onto the Knight, throws one hit, throws an attack, 5 hits, 712, down to just the Knight remaining, 3 hits, dropping the Knight in critical HP, 5 hits, 615. Chaos goes down. Ale Markin finishes in 8th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 15 seconds. Get your GGs out for Ale Markin.
I have to wonder if one more turn, that might have ended up being a lost fight. If Chaos had one more chance to swing, that could have been a different story for Errol Markham. But fortunately, the last hit wasn't enough for Chaos, and as a result, Errol was able to finish the seed and pull out the 8th place finish here tonight. And we'll see if Ale wishes to join us.
Overall, this seed was a very, very quick for just about everybody.
Especially considering the flags.
No kidding there.
Yeah, that's a very quick entrance shuffle, Flags. You're right.
For those of you that have actually played quite a few of the entrance shuffle variant, these flags can last 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours, if not longer, depending upon how you have it set.
And how disgusting everything is placed.
So just to have all of these runners finish in either under an hour and a half, just over an hour and a half, is pretty fast. We are joined by Ale. GG's, Ale.
Gee, thank you guys.
And agreed, GG. How did you feel that scene went today?
Well, I think it was great until around, I don't know, the hour and some change mark where I realized, hey, that opal bracelet that was in that first chest I picked up was probably that other loose item. I don't know why I'm still looking in the chest. So, aside from that, I think it went pretty straightforward. It was a good seed.
I mean, with the Paper Warmech, Paper Fiend 2s minus Carry and Kraken whenever they did actually do attacks, and Chaos actually hitting somewhat hard, Topher just was a cakewalk for everybody.
The only possible exception being Carey being a hard hitter. We saw when Edgeworth was first through with that fight, we saw two. I think we saw both the fighter and one of the mages go down on his side. So, or maybe it was two mages. Either way, two characters went down, and Carey was the hardest hitting of all of them today. Everyone else was just paper.
I gotta say, Ale, your three warrior comp definitely did some good work.
Yeah, I debated picking up the 4th and making him a black mage at one point, and I just decided, you know what, this is working. I'm getting extra XP. Why ruin a good thing? So I just went.
I can absolutely understand that. I mean, the only real benefit you would have gotten out of having that black mage would have been fast at level 6, considering the slot it was in.
Yeah, I'd put it on my notes. I didn't even realize it until after I class changed what slot it was in. And I went back, I was like, oh man, I hope I remember where lock was at. Because if I don't have fast, I at least want one of the 2 lock spells. And lock 2 was in the same shop as fast, so.
Which definitely helps out quite a bit. But that chaos fight did get a little dicey, especially with your warrior dropping into, or your knight dropping into critical health.
Yeah, I was a little worried there at the end. I was thinking that, you know, if I hadn't finished chaos off when I did, I was like, okay, the next turn is going to be this Cure 4 gauntlet. So it's either going to be a wipe or I'm going to start over and hope I can get another hit on him before he chucks me again. So
Can absolutely understand that. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys for final thoughts. We'll go in order of how you guys finished. So One Fine Day. Any final thoughts from this seed?
You might be silent for a moment. Let's move on to Shadow Wisher in the meantime. Any final thoughts?
Just how Paper Chaos was kind of caught me off guard, honestly.
And Dale?
yeah, I mean, it was a fun seed. I mean, a lot of these races you got to balance going wide versus going deep within dungeons. I think week 3 flags makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, I think it was a good race.
And One Fine Day back.
Overall encounters, not even once.
Well, congratulations to all of you on what turned out to be a very quick seed here today. And those of you who are in the Platypus Invitational, good luck in that this coming Monday, where I believe the same flags that will be run. Good luck on that when that comes up.
Yes, this was a showcase of the week 3 flags that are coming up for those running in the Platypus Invitational. So you'll definitely want to catch it. It's going to be very interesting.
And that does take place on Monday, I believe at 9 o'clock exactly.
9:30.
9:30. I knew it was one of those. Thank you. Monday at 9:30 is when that takes place. And make sure to come back to one of the Speed Gaming channels. Not sure yet which one. Probably won't be scheduled till the day before at the earliest. But once we have that scheduled, you can find that at speedgaming.org/schedule. You'll be able to find where that is. You'll be able to find that channel and join us on that channel, which is where I'm actually looking at the schedule for tomorrow as well. For those looking for something else interesting to watch, we have the I believe it's the 3rd qualifier of the Link to the Past Randomizer 2019 tournament taking place tomorrow at 10:15 in the morning. There are also a couple of regular daily races going on later in the day as well, in case you want to watch more of that. But a very light schedule tomorrow. Other items that will be coming up later this week: Hollow Knight, some Metroid Prime Randomizer, Mario Maker 2 weekly on the weekend, Saturday at 2 o'clock. Those are some things that are coming up over the course of the week. So make sure you come back for all of that. Any last thoughts from my co-commentator, sorry?
I mean, y'all want to follow the Speed Gaming family of networks. You get some very, very good stuff to watch throughout the entire family of networks. And you get to meet some very, very good people throughout all of it. Not to mention, you may run into tournaments of games that you like, such as this one with Final Fantasy I, whether it's the NES version or any other version that's been made of the game. So give the Speed Gaming family of networks a follow, give our runners a follower, give my co-commentator Cyclone a follower, give our tracker Inferno Bryn a follow, and I'll go ahead and do the shameless plug because I helped commentate this mess, even though it really wasn't a mess.
No, that'll
But-
be week 4.
As you said, for those who are watching on YouTube and not seeing the live chat, in order to follow the runners, you go to twitch.tv/follow by any of the names. Now, I should note there are a couple that are different. Shadow Wisher and One Fine Day are exactly to see them. Ale Markin actually has the exactly to see it as well with the underscore after the name. Edgeworth, however, is under Edgestream according to our live chat here. So that's where you can find him at Edgestream is where you'll find him for those watching on YouTube who want to go and see his stream at some point. So that's how you can find our runners. And make sure you follow our tracker, by the way, Inferno Bren. He did the tracking today, and thank you for your help with tracking today.
Yes, thank you so much, Inferno Bren. But for all of us from the Final Fantasy I randomizer community, I am Sonny Wrath 11. Thank you all for watching. Have a great evening, and keep on randomizing.
And as a final word, thank you again, chat, for watching. If it wasn't for you, we'd be just talking to ourselves. So thank you for watching us do that. And as Sonny said already, have a great evening. See you again for the Platypus Invitational Monday at 9:30 or for another weekly race next week. Have a good night, everyone.